Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy, the Anime here, coming back at you with part 10 of What If Obito Got a Second Chance, otherwise known as The Work of Fate on Wattpad. If you want to read the story for yourself or don't like the way that I narrate things, it's totally fine. A link in the description will bring you there. Other links in the description will bring you to the Discord server and the Instagram page as well. And if you want to reach out to me personally or privately or have a question that you would like to ask me directly, those are the ways to do so. Also, lastly, like, comment, and subscribe. I respond to all comments, heart all comments, and like all comments when I see them. I do my best to be active with that. And, yeah, if you do subscribe, please turn on post notifications so that you get notified whenever I post a video. Or in the future, in the near future, I'm hoping to be more active. And, yeah, I think with that out of the way, in the spirit of keeping this one as quick and fast as possible, without further ado, cue the intro, please. Hop right into the video, okay? Coochie coochie coo! Who's a cute little baby? Jiraiya said in a baby voice while bumping baby Naruto on his knee. Kushina had gotten better, much better, and was now able to take care of Naruto herself. And so Jiraiya thought it'd be a good time to come visit his godson for the very first time. Of course, a visit from Jiraiya meant a visit from the two Zetsus. It's a tiny human. That's odd, Toby said and scratched the back of his head. It's a baby, Toby. He's still a newborn, Obito said while being slumped back on the couch. It had been a while since he last saw Toby and Shiro. Therefore, he tagged along with them and Jiraiya. Oh, oi, Obito! How are babies made? Toby asked eagerly. The room suddenly became incredibly quiet. Go on, Obito, tell him, Jiraiya encouraged while bursting into a fit of laughter. Toby, don't go there. Wait, where did it go? Oh, Jiraiya's point of view. I was gonna come visit no matter what. But Naruto being born as a Jinchuriki certainly increased my walking speed. Even more confusing is that it seemed to be a Reaper Death Seal, which would kill the user. Did that mean someone deliberately sealed the Nine Tails into him? And if so, who? And shouldn't they have found a dead body then? Minato would have noticed too, but no, nothing. Nothing in this case made sense, and it's probable that it'll remain a mystery. And so be it. I can only hope that this is the last we've seen of anything like this. Though it'll be tough explaining it to Naruto when he's old enough to understand. Until then, we have to make sure he knows just how loved he is. Can you say Pops? I like the word Pops. It fits. After all, I practically raised Minato. And when Minato and Kushina revealed that they would have a baby, they straight out asked, would you prefer Gramps or Pops? And ain't no way is any kid gonna call me Gramps. It makes me sound far too old. Older than I actually am. He's not old enough to speak yet, you goof. Also, his first words will be Mama. Right, honey? Naruto? And she looked at him. Kushina said in her face, who then started giggling. Kakashi's point of view. Did you have fun catching up with the Zetsu? I asked while moving on a Shogi piece a bit forward. This time-traveling Obito is very smart and good at strategizing, which means we can enjoy a game of Shogi now. What sucks is that he wins about 85% of the time. It was all well and good. I think they were excited to see Naruto the most, actually. Oh well, Lord Jiraiya probably pumped them up on the way here. Maybe, but I think it's the fact that he's I quote, a tiny human, Obito said, moving his piece and thereby killing one arm. As a response to that, I said, I think I like it better when you were stupid. I glared at the Shogi board, preparing my next move. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest lie was told today. Say, mister, I'm not going to tell anyone I'm a time traveler. Therefore, I'll fake my own death. Touche, winced. Obito winced with a smirk. Now that we're in the subject, have you lost any more memories recently? Yeah, the war. I still remember a lot, but things are starting to get blurry. For example, the face and band of one who made the reanimated. That's but you know it happened. Yes, it's possible it was someone who was manipulated by Akatsuki, or someone who I've fixed in this timeline. It could also be someone who killed. I haven't killed that much in this timeline, but theoretically, yes. Do you think the memories are going to disappear completely one day? They will, one day. Oh, I got no internet. Dang it. Alright guys, I'm just going to have to take a quick little cut here. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, listen. I'm sorry if the audio sounds a little worse, but I'm going to have to try something different because I think my microphone is the issue. I think that's what's causing all the static. So we're just going to try it this way, and if it sounds bad or still staticky, I'll have to figure something else. And so yeah, I hope it doesn't, but sorry about that. We'll do 3 chapters for the second half of the video to, like, kind of balance the time out, I guess. I don't know. Alright, well, sorry for the tangent. Let's just get right into it. Baby noises. Baby Naruto said while sitting securely in Obito's lap. Naruto was 11 months old now, and he had grown especially fond of Obito in particular, which was something Obito didn't mind in the least. You're pretty talkative today, aren't you, huh? Yeah, you are. Obito stopped talking in his baby voice when his eyes caught Rin smiling at his interaction with Naruto at the other side of the coffee table. He quickly averted his eyes again and proceeded to clear his throat. Good baby, Obito said awkwardly and patted Naruto lightly on his head. Naruto began speaking again, though this time he seemed more concentrated on what he was trying to say. Oh, look, he wants to keep your conversation going, Rin said while trying to conceal her giggle behind her hand. Aha, is that right, Obito? Yeah? Obito said lightheartedly. He truly just expected Naruto to spit out a non-existent word, like he had done the previous 11 months of his life. Bito, Naruto said, his eyes and voice filled with joy. It was a mispronunciation, but it was still clear what Naruto had been trying to say. Obito is surely the mispronunciation of Obito, but instead of being overjoyed at this, Obito was terrified. After all, he knew Kushina was about this whole first word thing. No, that's not the word you want to say, right? Obito said kindly, trying to make sure not to sadden the sweet baby. But Naruto was a baby, so no way was he listening to Obito. Obito! Naruto shouted, loud enough for Kushina, who was working in the kitchen, to hear. Then a few seconds went by, and Obito could hear someone sharpening a knife. I can't believe you just get me killed like that, Obito told the baby, who actually began looking a tiny bit confused as to what was happening now. Then Obito looked up at Rin, looking for some sort of help. She shrugged, unsure of what to do. Then they heard footsteps, loud, booming footsteps. Footsteps belonging to one Kushina Namikaze Uzumaki. It was then that Rin mouthed the words, run, and after quickly giving Naruto to Rin and just barely dodging a kitchen knife, Obito bolted. Obito plummeted on his bed after he quickly made it home. That kid, I love him, but boy does he know how to make life tough sometimes. A few minutes went by, or maybe hours. Obito didn't check. He heard a few knocks on the door. Obito? It was Tenzo quietly sneaking his way into his room. The Hokage is here to see you. And on cue, Minato walked in, quietly saying, how many times have I told you, just call me Minato? He ruffled Tenzo's hair and then closed the door, only to turn around and see Obito quietly and discreetly jumping out the window. Hold it! I thought it wouldn't work, but it was worth a shot, Obito said and decided to sit on his desk by the window. You've had a tough day, I heard. Your son is problematic here as he was in my timeline. Minato laughed at the poor joke and sat on the office chair by the desk Obito was seated on. I know, but I can calm you with the fact that Kushina has already calmed down. She's just a bit salty as of now. Yeah, well, I understand why, Obito said with a bit of a fake laugh. Why are you so down about this? Reality just crashed down, you know? Naruto and I have bonded this much, and, well, everyone's safe, but is that enough? Is what I've done here enough to have a happy life as of now? With all that I've done, with all you've done, in my book, you haven't done a thing. You said it yourself. This is a new timeline, a new reality, an alternate universe, a place where you haven't committed any crimes. I suppose you're right. There will always be a but to practically everything, but that's okay. I just ask of you, live in the now. I'll try. And by living in the now, it would be very okay for you to invite Rin out and... Oh boy, I'm hungry. Was Kushina making dinner? In which case, I better get going. And before Minato could say anything about the matter, Obito was out the door, and he heard a faint, coming along, Tenzo? Minato was left alone, shaking his head humanistically. You've chosen well, Naruto. He'll be good for you when you'll be growing up. I'm sure of it. Alright. There's that chapter. Rin's point of view. I was out on a walk with Obito. It was rather chilly, but that didn't matter. We had sort of made it into a rule that we would hang out on certain dates in the month, just the two of us. We continued to tell everyone it's because the many moments of friendship we missed out on when Obito was antisocial just after coming to this time. We were merely catching up with our friendship now. It was much easier nowadays. It had been over 2 years since Obito traveled here, and even though he still remembers enough to make sense of it all, he had forgotten enough to act like a proper 16-year-old, with certain moments where he switched to acting like a 50-year-old, despite it not being his actual age. But I'm not bothered by it anymore, as it's begun to feel like it's just an odd maturity. And as Obito says, Kakashi was born in his 50s, so maybe that's why I'm used to it? What do you say? Should we get a bite to eat? He asked me after a few moments of comfortable silence. Yeah, I'm up for that. And so began a you choose discussion that lasted about 5 minutes. Obito's point of view. While I knew full well that we were just two friends hanging out, Minato's words were haunting me. By living in the now, it would be very okay for you to invite Rin out, is what Minato had teased with. And while I was embarrassed and irritated at that moment, I couldn't help but think that he's right. But before asking Rin out, I have to make sure of a few things. So, voice you have betrayed. You and Kakashi, I asked without any context and slurped the soba I had ordered at the restaurant we chose to eat at. Me and Kakashi? She asked, completely oblivious to where this conversation was going. I'm gonna hate myself for saying this, but here goes. Well, he's different now, so I'm thinking that you might have a bigger chance with him now. Huh? You mean I should ask him out? She asked, completely shocked. I was growing a headache, but then again, even if she doesn't love me back, I just want her to be happy and live a life to her fullest. Yes, I said lowly. Is that what you want me to do? She said surprisingly solemnly and looked down, averting my gaze. What kind of question was that? If it's what makes you happy. But I already am happy. Just being here with you is making me happy, Obito, she said, and it made me happy to hear that it wasn't forced. I was just about to say something back, but she beat me to it. By the way, I no longer have any feelings for Kakashi. It was just a silly crush, she said, and stirred him. Her suit? What? Okay, that's not what I expected you to say. Sorry if I upset you, I asked, afraid that I had. No, not at all. I'm just a bit guilty that I hadn't gotten around to tell you yet. Why would she be upset about that? There's no reason to feel guilty, Rin. You're allowed to have secrets, you know? Yeah, but she quickly cut herself off and put a spoonful of soup in her mouth. Was she blushing? Bruh. Corny, cuz. That was corny. Nah, but you know, it's just how the story goes. Wait, let me check. If I check if we're recording now, it might cut the video off. And I don't want that. But if we haven't been recording, man, would that suck. Because, whatever. I'm just going to keep it rolling, alright? No cuts, no stops, alright? No stops. You're blushing, I said without even thinking, and only realized how big of an idiot I was being when she looked up at me with a look of frightened embarrassment. Well done, Obito, you screwed yourself, I said and let my head fall on the table hard. What? Sorry, Rin, I was cut off when she surprisingly started laughing. I looked up to see that look of embarrassment and fright had left her face. Thank God for that. Now you're the one blushing, she pointed out after she had finished laughing. I could only smile softly. Of course I was blushing. So, Rin? Alright, here goes. I really enjoyed these friendly outings we've been having together. So now that we've tried this together, why don't we try, how do I say this? I chickened out. Go on a date? Like a real one? She asked, not blushing much more than before. She didn't give off the feeling that she would reject me. Yes, I said as a question. Yeah, I'd actually like that, she said, and tried to cover her blushing face with locks of hair. Oh, Lord, I can't speak. You said yes. Oh, God, you did, didn't you? Mm-hmm. She nodded. Even through the locks of hair, I could see that she was smiling. Oh, I mean, cool. I said fast, trying to look a bit more, yeah, cool. She giggled at my very clear failed attempt, but decided to play along. Very cool indeed, Obito. Yeah, I played myself. Yo, I need help, I shouted, swinging the door open to the Uzumaki Namikaze household. The first response I was hit with was, Obito! Hey, buddy, I said and picked Naruto up from his playpen. About 0.3 seconds went by and I was met with a response. Yes, alright, I'm here. Are you hurt? Is Rin hurt? Is anybody hurt? If so, Alright, I'm gonna just hit the off button on the rant right now. I'm actually thinking Kushina will be better help with this. I told him, and if I had both my hands free, I would have facepalmed. He made a confused sound, which was fair. I simply gave him a stern look, and he immediately gave in a sigh. Kushina, honey, Obito says he needs your help with something. He called up the stairs, where I guess Kushina was. Coming, I could hear her call, and sure enough, about 5 seconds later, she was walking down to greet me. Hi, Obito, you need my help, huh? I nodded. With what? Right, so, I kind of just invited Ren on a date, and you what? Both Minato and Kushina shouted. Minato stuttered a bit out of surprise, though. Even baby Naruto in my arms started clapping in excitement. The irony, it hurts. Yes, I know, I'm awesome, I said, playing it off as if I had the confidence of Danzo. I don't want to speak for your level of awesomeness, but good job, Minato said, hiding how excited he was. After all, he had been trying for years to get me and Rin together. This dedicated matchmaker. So, you need help planning a perfect date, Kushina said, smug as always. Why do I have a feeling I'm going to regret this decision? Like 6 hours later. I don't want to hear it. Not a single word, you hear me, Tenzo? I yelled at the relatively passive boy sitting on the couch. If he had told Kakashi about this, I'd kill him. Why? I mean, it's not like I had a kilo of hair gel stuck in my hair, nor was I covered in cologne. No, not at all. Sure, he said, and quickly looked down at the magazine he had been reading before I came home. You're definitely going to tell me, aren't you? Yeah, definitely. Of course. I'm taking a shower, I said, completely defeated. Maybe I should ask her and I about how to plan a date for Rin. They are best friends after all. Yeah, I'll try that tomorrow. Alright, guys, listen. I'm going to give you an extra chapter. We're going to read through 4 chapters for this latter part of the video. And I don't know exactly how long this video is. Oh, shoot. I clicked on something. But, send it. Or something like that, right? I guess. Third person point of view. The days had gone by a little too fast for comfort for Obito and Rin. Both, even though they were looking forward to being more than friends, both of them were terrified of messing up. By now, the time for overthinking was over. It would only get in the way now. Hi, Obito. I'm not late, am I? Rin walked up to Obito, who leaned against a wall where they had agreed to meet. No, not at all. I only just got here myself. Remember to compliment her. The words of advice he had gotten from Minato played in the head of Obito. You look beautiful, Rin, he said after taking a good look at her. She was wearing a cream-colored turtleneck sweater with black jeans. Fair. Her hair was neatly pulled back in a tiny ponytail at the back of her head, with a few locks of hair on either side of her face. Oh, thank you, she thanked Obito and tried to hide the blush that had manifested on her face. You look quite handsome yourself, she complimented him back, the result being that her blush intensified. His outfit consisted of a black coat with brown fur lining that goes down to his hip, along with a plain white sleeve V-neck and black pants. Wait, so he's got a coat, pants, and a V-neck. Bruh. Is it winter? Is it summer? Is it spring? I'm just so confused by these fits, bruh. I don't even remember it getting cold in Konoha. Where did he get the jacket? Alright, whatever. Huh? Me? He asked, dumbfounded, and pointed to himself. That's what I said. Rin giggled at him. Realizing how dense he sounded, he blushed in embarrassment. Right. Shall we go? Obito asked with a chuckle. We shall, she said with a giggle. They both thought it funny that they were trying hard to be formal, and it didn't suit them, and they knew that, but still kept it going. This is definitely going to get awkward. I can feel it, because we're both trying so hard. But it'll be good kind of awkward. You know what I mean? Rin asked while a smile Obito couldn't help but think made her all the more beautiful. Yeah, I get you. But as you said, it'll be a good kind of awkward. There's got to be another word for that. There probably is, but I think good awkward fits the two of us. I'm really happy, Rin said, leaning her head against Obito's shoulder. They were a few hours into their date. The dinner hadn't been that interesting. They had basically just talked like they were out on one of their friendship outings. But now they had layered a blanket. What? They layered a blanket out in a forest clearing. It wasn't a huge thing, but it was still a very successful first date, if they had to say so. Is that so? I won't surprise you when I am too, will I? Obito said, slowly snaked an arm around her to keep her in place. For some reason, neither of them felt embarrassed. It just felt right. I don't know, kinda. I guess I don't understand what you see in me, she said and closed her eyes. She was still smiling, though. That even after living an entire life in some other timeline, you still only see me. How could I give up on you when I feel so at home? Obito's voice wavered, but he didn't care. It felt good to tell her this. She pulled away from him to look him in the eyes. She was shocked but happy, incredibly happy. Even at my all-time low, everything was so easy with you. For the longest time, you were the only light that illuminated this dark world. Dude, that is smooth. That is like very smooth. All right. She had complete silence. Bro, I can't see. He needed her to say something, anything, to drown out the sound of his heart pounding in his ears. Rin? But then before it could continue, her lips were on his and his mind went blank. When they parted, she laughed heartily and hugged him, trying to hide her blushing face. Obito sighed contentedly. His heart felt so full he thought it might just explode. Definitely a successful first date. The author goes, wow, this was hard to write. I'm not good with the fluff. I hope you like this. This is funny, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They made Obito mad smooth, bruh. But they also made him seem like a teenager. It's kind of cool. Even though it's like, he's not. It's weird, man. It's weird. Alright, yeah, this first date thing was totally different from the Naruto one, bro. Naruto was way too smooth. That boy was hella aggressive in Return of the Flash. He was just all over it, like white on rice. He was up there like a bikini and a butt crack. It was crazy. He was in there like swimwear. That was funny, bro. Alright, yeah, so I think this is going to be the end of the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I respond to all comments, heart all comments, like all comments. Just like I said in the beginning when I see them. Link in the descriptions for the story if you want to read ahead. For the Instagram or the Discord if you want to reach out. And also, if you subscribe, please turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. I am mad tired. It is 1 in the morning right now. And I want to go to sleep. So, yeah, without further ado, this is your boy, the Anime Ambu. And I'm going to catch you on the flip. Deuces.